Hello and good evening. Uh, Welcome to the Fundamental Analysis course. I'm your professor. Let's hop right into it. So this is the dashboard for CoinGecko. CoinGecko is an analytics tool for the cryptocurrency industry. All right. Um, Very quickly, you can see the coins arranged by their market cap. Now you can toggle everything, filter or sort based on several parameters. Now, as you can see here, I'm sorting by market cap, and I can customize. This is the global market cap or cryptocurrencies total market cap. This is how you basically tell how the entire thing is doing, right? This is the volume for the last 24 hours. So you can change these based on market cap. Now the highest at the top, Bitcoin of course, followed by Ethereum. You can change these based on performance in the last 24 hours. So you can see that core that's surprising, is the best performing asset in the last 24 hours. You can sort this based on price. So basically everything is oh wow, this is a good day. Everything is um you can sort by practically everything. Then this is the categorization of the industry, the different ecosystems and categories. Right now it's arranged based on the trending one, but you can sort based on. So you see that because of this whole ability to sort and arrange the entire thing in different ways, you can really figure out and discover what's becoming a trend, what's coming up, to public or the ecosystem consciousness, what's becoming coming in vogue, right? You'd be able to tell, right, from this. You see which ecosystems people are making the most profit. So there's so much that you can do with the CoinGecko that you could afford to just simply be on this platform and navigating, staring, discovering new things. Now you see Solana memes, they have only done 3.1%. So you see that even if out there is so noisy, it feels like that's where everything is going on. You can simply come and discover that actually in the last 24 hours, good Christmas themed tokens assets have done the most than perpetuals. So you see that there's this public perception that might not be the truth, and you might be able to discover more and more information like this simply by looking at the data. So it's really an interesting tool for sure. This is the NFT categorization, right? You see different NFTs. These are the ones that I've probably favorited, right? Ones that I love, right? Then exchanges, so you can look at assets based on, the you can see details related to each of these different exchanges and the tokens that are on it. I don't know if it's all of them. Oh, it can be. It really can. So that's beside the point. So coming back here, we are going to now go in details, what you look out for. So if you wanted to discover new tokens yourself, right, you could simply do it this way. So now I did sort this thing based on 24-hour gainers. You can see that here, though I can do it based on volume. All of these are interesting parameters to leverage on. So 24-hour volume, and this is what's on top, right? So smart contract platform. So what's something that you can easily, you see proof of work is really at the top. Where are the memes? Meme, right? So, and it's not even high performing in the last 24 hours, you can see. So if you decide to look at this whole thing from this angle, you see it changes. So I think there's so much 24-hour loser. A reason why you would want to know this is oftentimes when an ecosystem dips so much, it's quite likely that it will rebound like at least a little bit. I mean, unless it is collapsing for some other reason. So you have to maybe just go and check out if there's some kind of fraud or hack or something critical going on. If not, if it's just a market cycle thing, then you could be smart to go in on some of the major dips, the bigger tokens within such ecosystems. Now there are only three listed here. These the biggest dip, and they are not really in a dip, but you can see their market caps, right? So why is this one down? Luminous. Now we are doing this without planning it, right? So this token has been up for just barely 2 weeks or thereabouts, right? You can see what has happened so far. Market cap 21 million. The supply is really low, and the price is just 21. So there's a whole lot of firepower here. So this can potentially be very good, and it's on base. Okay, so you have to now add that limitation. I wouldn't. Okay, base is top ecosystem, sort of top 5, one would argue. So okay, maybe they do have real firepower there. I'm not very familiar, but to get more information about the coin, their all-time high 80, all-time low was just this month at 4. Right now it's at 22. Okay, so there's market reaction to the entire thing, so they might not necessarily collapse. But then what do they do? Oh wow, Wapcast. So this is a Farcaster project, right? So there's no extra detail there, but you can simply go on their Twitter to see. Once the Twitter handle opens up, the first thing you want to see is the last time they posted. Now, pinned post November 9, that's this month, and November 9 was also the last post. Okay, then you can switch to their replies. Maybe they are not making posts, but they are, doing reply guy, commenting and whatnot. Still November 9th, and today is 20 something, so they will not be active for a couple of weeks. That is not a kind of project that you want to get into, even if right now, okay, you see they are down. So why am I not surprised? So you can see the reason. So you see that we have simply just analyzed this. So even if the Clanker ecosystem, that's interesting, I've not heard of this. Now the fact that they are down now is not necessarily a bad thing. They are not engaging, they are not active, but maybe they are not a Twitter thing, right? So if you wanted to, like, had some reason to want to severely invest in that ecosystem, you might now need to make a deeper dive, go to their Telegram or Discord or wherever, see the activity of the community themselves, right? So that's the reason you might probably want to look at losers or whatsoever. But you see that the fundamental analysis is really all about logic. Now I'm going to come here. These are charts, right? You guys, I picked one from the different contributors. So there's Dogecoin. We want to evaluate Dogecoin now. So come here, cryptocurrencies, and search Doge. Right. So you see it here. Now this opens up. So what happens is, maybe on your own, usually the default is this. Now in the last 24 hours, it's like been pretty stable, right? Though there have been fluctuations here and there, but it's still summing up to the same thing, right? But you can see that, okay, what I do, the moment I open up here, I look at what just happened, like is it red or blue, green, as the case may be, right? In this case, I consider it balanced, cancelled out, right? So the deviation that I consider significant is maybe out from -3%, -5%, then I consider it something else, right? But I look at this place just to get a sense of what's been going on. So over the 1 year, like in the last 12 months, it's been up about 4x. So that's a good one, right? So, but what I now do is to switch between this just to get a sense. Now, this is to just, give my brain a sense of what's been going on the project. This is the last 1 hour. It's been going down. It's still red. In the last 24 hours, it's a red day. But in the last 7 days, we are still like really flat. So this thing has been pretty stable. Now, if you're the kind of person that does swing trading, you want to buy, sell when it's a little bit high, this is the kind of coin that you can depend on in that way, right? So like now might not be a good time to really buy, right? But you can see that on a 7-day frame, so it's a bit long. You can see that okay, maybe when it's around 3.5 whatever, you could decide to buy because there's upward potential for that, especially when you consider it on a bigger time frame, which is 1 month. You see that this whole thing is up. Now on this other side, you can decide to think, because fundamental analysis does not necessarily tell you whether it's going to go up or go down. It's just going to give you a sense of the nature of activity that is going on there, right? So on a bigger time frame, now you can say, okay, well, this is going up, like from November 2nd, November 6th, compared to now, you can see that it has doubled, right? So basically 1 month, you've gotten over 158%. So does that mean it's going to keep going up, or will it now dip because it has gone up, right? Soon you get an answer to that. This is not the kind of answer that you get just by analyzing one coin. That is why I always encourage people, make sure that you are always playing around on this platform, right? So this is what I now do. Go here, info, to see more. Now you look at the statistics. The market cap is one critical thing. You see the number, the position, market cap rank, right? So this is 62. Oh wow, 62 billion. That's already a lot, right? So understanding what your bottom line is even before you invest. So we're going to have a conversation, of course, right? But understanding what your bottom line is allows you to determine whether something is good for you. Now, something that might be good for one might not be good for another, but fundamental analysis allow you to understand what the real capacity of a project is. Now, you can see the circulating supply. That's something I take a look at. That's what's important. Now, for this one, the circulating supply and the total supply is the same thing. It means everything that was generated is already in supply, which is a good thing. So you see that this ratio will be 1 because everything is out there already. Now I take a look at the trading volume just to get a sense of how much people like it. This is on a 24-hour basis, so you tend to see the more something, the volume, especially if it's trading in millions, a lot of millions, it shows us okay, there's real financial interest around it activity. Now even if it's a break-even thing, now this can be manipulated, so it's not a one figure decision making thing, but you just get a sense of how much people are willing to play around with their money in this particular ecosystem. The more money, the better for you, right? Then I take a look at their all-time low from their all-time high, right? Then compare it to where we are right now. Now you can see that the all-time low for this Dogecoin is like really far away, since current price is around 0.4, right? And all-time high is, so we are just a little bit like 58% above the halfway mark, right? Going back to all-time high. So but what do I do again now? I come back here. From there I look at this 3 months. So Dogecoin has been going up for 3 months, then 1 month. So you see that I won't assume, when I was coming from this place, I would have been thinking okay, maybe it will go down, because after all, you can already see that on a 7-day scale it has been ranging, which means it has been really low, not really going up or down. But that gives you a sense that okay, people that has it do not want to really sell. The real people that hold that floor, they don't want to sell, right? And they have not been able to convince a new set of buyers. So the fact that it is going stagnant at this point is actually a good thing for the project, if you consider that it has been up in the last 1 month, and on a 3-month scale as well, it has also still been up. So it means that all of these people that have bought, let's say on a 1-year scale, you see, it's still at its all-time high on a 1-year scale. So you see that all of these people that are buying, they are not interested in selling, they are still holding and expecting more people to come in, right? So this is like a real preparation for the bull run. You can already tell that there is no way this token itself will not beat its all-time high, especially when you look at the mass of the chart and you see that okay, this is what's going on. Now if you've looked at charts a lot, you will see that this kind of picture that you are seeing unveiling now is very common, right? And the way it happens is such that this second spike that you are seeing coming and is looking like okay, it will be such a great thing if it can catch up with this or that one, it will so catch up and supersede it that this first one that looks so tall now will look like 1/5 of the length of the other one. Now this is something that is quite prevalent in the bull runs. Oftentimes it's unimaginable, especially when you consider that oh, the market cap of this is already like 62 billion. So for that to happen, it looks like you are considering almost 300 billion right, or something. Sure, you see. So it's like a very huge expectation. Now, this may or may not play out, but you look at charts long enough, you see that this is something that happens. Now, when you see a scenario like this on a lower market cap token, right? Another thing that I check, because I have to go on, but when you see a scenario like this, it's easy for you to now quickly make a decision and say, oh wow, I've seen things like this happen on a bigger scale, and I think I can plug in at this time when this is still so small, right? So one important thing that I do after looking at all of these parameters, just to get a sense of it, I don't overthink it. You don't have to overthink it. I go and check out the website. Now, what do I look out for when I'm looking at the website? Just to see how much effort they put in. This is how I've managed to discover what I call world-class quality websites. How much effort? Now, this is not a hard or fast rule. There's no single parameter that is a hard or fast rule, right? But you just want to see successful projects and how they have done their thing, how their thing looks like. So when you've seen a lot of successful projects that have done good, you read about the project here. So this is often where, like, the ones that took their time to write out details about their project, all of this effort goes to show that okay, there are real people that are behind this thing that want this information to go out there. So you see some projects. Let's go and check the next one. Kuji. That's a project I love. It's on the Cosmos ecosystem. Right. So Kuji opens up. What's the first thing I do? Here. So on the 24-hour is looking green. 7 days, okay, it's higher than where it started, but there was a dip, but it shows that it's looking it's ready to rebound. On a 1 month is higher, on a 3 months. So this is an uptrend if I've ever seen one. And on the 1 year, you see that, oh, all of this great news that has been going on since 3 months and all of that, well, it's nothing compared to where the project is coming from. So this is like they are down at a massive dip. So you see that they are already showing signs of revival. So entering even at this point, you can tell that if you are targeting say $2, $2.2 in profit, that is a very conservative target, because it will be somewhere around here, and you can see that that is a critical technical milestone for it, somewhere, some kind of liquidity pocket and resistance a volatility zone basically. So you can already see that, okay, but since the thing is already showing in the last 60 days it's almost double, in the last 30 days is about 50% high up, and there has been consistent growth. So this is the kind of token that if you have scale, if you have a lot of money, let's say $5,000, $10,000, it's very easy to double triple that money in a safe way. This is the kind of tokens that you call mid cap. But then you look at the price. Now, this is one important thing I want you to know. Price does not really matter, but you can use it to calculate your profits very quickly, right? When you see a circulating supply project around this circulating supply, 122 million, it means that the project has to get to 122 million in market cap for the token to be valued at $1, right? Now, you can see the market cap here, 70 million. There is almost 71 million right now. So often what I just ask myself is this: I look at the project. So it's not until you start looking at parameters. Yes, you've seen. So you see that, okay, this project was very popular a lot at the beginning, and they just started around, because they could have been existing before this time, but this is when they got on CoinGecko, right? So as at when they came on CoinGecko, they were on a downtrend, a serious downtrend, right? But mind you, it's January 2022. The bull run and the bear market was just coming in, right? So you see that you start thinking about things on this bigger scale. So the bear market came, they dipped like massively, like way below. At this point, they were trading at 0.004. That was like a huge collapse, right? But they managed to bounce back again, 0.004 to 0.0410x to this. That is over 40-50x. So they were able to do that before they dipped again. So you can see that this project really has resilience, right? You can see what's been going on with their coin. Then the 2024. So they have actually responded in January 2024 to the bull run. So they have shown a very huge indicator that, okay, they're ready to respond to the next bull run, right? They are critically positioned in whichever ecosystem that they are, as much as hitting $5, getting to all-time high before they crashed crazily down to this point. Now you have to go and check out what happened around this period to ensure that it's not a critical flaw. Then, so this is something that you can figure out from their social media and all of that. Then you can see where they are. So if there's no major critical issue, right, then you see that this is a project that has huge firepower. They have demonstrated that they can respond to bull stimulus, right? And there's a whole lot of, now this is this 0.5 right now, and they have hit $5 before. So of course you can expect that this whole thing that looks like such a high pump will eventually be so minuscule compared to where the bull run is coming. So you can now project that even if it does a modest 300% past the previous all time, which is really modest, really modest, right? So but if that is the case, then you can now say maybe $15, this token hitting $15. So that already gives you $15, that's 30x. So that simply means your $10 investment can become $300. So that is this kind of project. So you see that this is the kind of power that fundamental analysis give you. It shows you what is possible based on real reason. Now you've not really gone, you can see max, right? Let's continue. I often go more will take you to this same place here, but just click it from here, so you get more information. Now I look at the trading volume. Now this is something to worry about, right? So you see that less than 300,000, which is not a lot of money, but look at where they're coming from. Their all-time low, I mean, they are really high way now, but they're still very significantly far down from their all-time high. So okay, what is the problem? What could be the problem with them? But then I now ask myself, I think this is probably the most important part of the whole thing. When you look at the precedent, because sometimes some projects pumped because of seasons or trends or narrative that just came around. You cannot use such historical precedents to be predicting the future unless such trends are, narratives are, in vogue again, right? So you simply ask yourself, what is this project about? I tell the people I always go check out their website, like to just get a sense of, okay, how much effort did this, oh, okay, oh wow, but this is a lot of effort. And the fact that they have this kind of Japanese Asian thing, I think that it will be probably interesting for that market in the first place. So I think that is an advantage, right? This looks, it looks pretty nice. Now you see that I'm not really reading, I don't really care what they're saying, but you can clearly see that, okay, they have a whole lot of stuff going on there. Right. Okay. Not a bad one. Kujira is committed to leveling the playing field in decentralized. So this is a DeFi thing, building just for regular crypto users, right? You can see more about it here. Arkham Intelligence. So you see their all-time high. Oh well, there's a lot of information here. Huh. I think we've already seen this. So but basically you can get more information about them. Here you can see all of their contract. This is probably, because of bridging, and they're DeFi too, so maybe they are across so many chain. So to get more information, you can simply just, let's say, check this on their Etherscan, their Ethereum, right? You can see the supply. They're just 200 and something thousand, like less than 250k of the supply. Don't forget they have like over 120 something million in supply. So but less than 500k, 300k of that supply is actually anchored or bridged to the Ethereum chain. You can see the holders of that, and basically you can see the on-chain market cap on Ethereum of this project. Then this is the market cap of the entire thing. So you can clearly see that, okay, it's like they have their shit together. But oftentimes it's important to always see their handle, their Twitter, right? When was the last time they posted? What's the issue? Oh wow, So this is a problem. Zero posts. Yeah, this is a problem. A project of that magnitude should have, so I know they have a handle, so maybe they got banned or whatever, so that's something to now eventually go and check out more on, right? Now I never got to this point, but you can simply just go to markets to see which places the token is trading. You see that it's on BNB, so Pancake Swap, it's on Velodron. Velodron, is that not Base? Osmosis, Cosmos. This is a centralized exchange. It's not on Binance, unfortunately, right? So you can see. So you see that fundamental analysis in itself is more about assessing a lot of things. I think we'll come up with a training. I just wanted you people to watch this video with deeper insight. I know that this is going to be crazy long, of course, but let's pick the next one. Near. Right, that's a project that I've known since the last bull run. I feel they're good projects, but uh, I wonder what their market cap will be. Oh wow! So you can see the marks. This from 2021. They responded this April 2021, $6. So 2022, when the bear market was like becoming crazy, they were one of the bear market successes before they crashed 2023. And 2024 first, this probably when bull was it Bitcoin halving and all of that. So they came back again, they responded. Now they are close to that peak again, so they're obviously about to, this is a project that is just about to shoot, if any. So unless Bitcoin dips, and if the bull run peaks from here, these are some of the projects that you can already see. So these are what they call mid cap projects, right? You can see their market cap. Oh, this is not mid cap. This is a lot of cap. 8.7 billion. Wow, near. So proud of you guys. Now, I mean, I'm not surprised considering the supply, right? This is about 1.2 billion in supply, and you can see their price is already over 1 billion. So, if they, as the supply is 1.2 billion, they would need to be 1.2 billion in market cap for the price to be $1. So, simply by looking at the circulating supply, you can get a sense of, if I'd seen this circulating supply and I come here and I'm seeing 0.2 dollar, right, on this circulating supply, that means the market cap is way lower. I would simply just check for, because obviously they have very good statistics, right? So I'll simply, oh no, yeah, info, good, yeah, I'll check for their all-time high 20, all-time low 0.5. Currently they're at around 8, right? That's far from the all-time low, but market cap is already 8 billion. Now they have to have been offering something really magnificent as a utility to justify any further. I wouldn't invest in this project, not necessarily because I don't believe in them, but because, oh, unless, now when you so much like a project, you feel that okay, this is something that will really fly, and it's a layer one. I think that's what these guys, I see, they didn't even put the effort to put information here, so we have to go through the stress of seeing their website. But I think they're a layer one, right? A blockchain for AI. Wow, this is an interesting pivot. I didn't know they were about AI before. So if that is the case, then that's already now a big deal. Okay, they've gotten big support from Web2 brands like Alibaba, Web3 brands like Engine Layer, Bitrum. Look at Google for Web2, Polygon Web3, Sweat. This is like a work to end thing. It's okay. There's a better way to build. Okay. This looks like really well thought out and like an ecosystem that is building there, right? So oftentimes the important thing to know is to figure out which projects are building there. If there are projects that are building there, then it might be worth investing in those projects instead, right, to now get a leveraged return on the ecosystem. Of course, when you make profits from those ones, you sell back, you are selling to this particular token itself, which could now allow you to capture any further value that is now accrued on it. So that's probably that. I wouldn't invest in this, but you can see they're on Binance, they're everywhere. Right, so grass. Okay, this is one that I'm interested in looking at. But let's hop back here. Now you can see that sometimes to discover new things, this I come here every day to see the trending tokens, right? To see what's going on. And like this one is a new airdrop. They just launched less than 2-3 days now, right? So you won't see 7 days here. Okay, good. You see just this. So but you can come here to see what's been going on. So they are now going back on down because really they have been pumping since they dropped. I'm surprised. I saw this at $3 recently. Alright, so you can see their market cap already 2.6 billion. Now understand this, getting to $1 billion market cap is a really huge deal. So seeing a project that is already over 1 billion in market cap, I would always advise to take a take a step back and always take note of this. You see the circulating supply now is 1/3. There's 1 billion total supply, yet only this is circulating. It means that the rest 700 and something is somewhere, someone is in control of it. Now maybe it's um vested, that means they can't cash it out now, whatever, but you don't know when, unless you're ready to make further information research to figure out how long it was invested for, and how, in fact, how it was allocated and everything. It could be a ticking time bomb, right, that could quickly collapse the price, because as they release more supply here, right, the market cap starts dropping, and ultimately that could be a problem for the price for you, right? So but well, let's get further info because me, I'm even curious. Okay, they did put in some work. So it's a layer one. So that means they're going to have a lot of stuff on the ecosystem. Now, from what I've read, they are really big in DeFi and some of all these complex offerings in DeFi like perpetuals and stuff, right? So, and they have a lot of money, a lot of volume, and now they've done very well with their airdrop. So I would expect that something cool with daily volume. Wow, that's impressive. No investors, no paid market makers, no fees to any company. And it could be true considering how well they paid the community, right? Okay, this is impressive. This is impressive. And for a project of this vibe, right? I would come back, look at the market cap. Okay, I need to be convinced more. I'll go on their socials. Joined May 2022 with 6,000, which is fairly decent. Okay. Life-changing wealth. Right. It's interesting. So there's a whole lot of November 29th today. So I expect to see this project at over 10 billion unless something catastrophic happens, right? So at 10 billion, that gives, assuming the supply remains the same thing, right? Of course, that gives that's a lot. That's probably times 4 whatever this price is, which brings it to $32 or thereabouts, so $35. So if you are projecting $25 profit for this one, then it's totally going to be worth it. Yeah, so that's my projection. I feel they will probably do more than that. This is the kind of project that goes as high as 30-40 billion, if not more. Now there's this huge space that was left by both FTS, Luna ecosystems that would need to be filled massively in this next bull run. So this is a potential, top contender for that. Let's see, are they on? No, they're not anywhere yet. They're only on their platform, and yet they are doing almost half a billion in 24-hour volume. So you see that this project is prime, although it's too early to say. Yeah, it's too early to say, but I'll be curious to see how it goes, right? Let's add it to that. So you see, so that's how you potentially discover new stuff, but you don't ever buy a token that is showing 39% up, right? Especially when the market cap is over a billion. That's crazy. So yeah, wait for it to go back down, right? This is over 2 billion. It will go back down. So, but then let's go on this, the last one, right? Okay, we didn't check grass. Degen. Now that's something I don't know at all. That's why I want to check it out. Okay, 7 days. Oh wow, this is a volatile project from 0.017 to 1. So the range of volatility is not even that wide. 24 hours. 1 hour. 7 days. 1 month. Okay. This on base. 3 months. Degen. What's their market cap? Oh wow, 321 million. That's a lot, but their supply is a lot as well. Now this kind of project targeting $1 is like a far cry. They're not the only project on base, and getting to a dollar would require 17 billion of current circulating, of which total is there's still more. I don't know if they bond it, but there's still a lot. Okay, but that's quite ambitious. Let's say their trading volume in the last 1 hour, in the last 24 hours, $90 million. That's a lot of money. I can easily see that at 1 billion to $3 billion in the bull run, if something catastrophic does not happen to base of all of these things, depending on that line, that disclaimer, right? So this base, this degen. Okay, so I'm trying to just get a sense of the whole thing, and you see that this is only 60 days here, which means it's not a very old project, right? You can go here to see their all-time low 320 days ago. 365 days make a year, so barely a year, but yet the thing has done over 82. Oh wow, this 823x. So how you calculate the x is you look at the percent, just remove two numbers from the back, and whatever is left at the front is whatever x that is. So since this is 82,354%, so it's 823x. So that means if you invested $1 there, you would have $823 from the all-time high to whatever the price is right now, which is a lot. All right, this is a lot, which means if you have simply invested $10 here on January 15th, you'll be currently having $8,230, give or take. So you can already tell that this has gone a whole lot, like really high. This, the all-time high is 0.064, 0.064, and this is 1.8, so it's like about 3x, 2x, 3x away. Okay, you see, so that's it. And this is on base. Let's see their websites, just out of curiosity. Now news is also a good fundamental analysis parameter. I just don't want us to go there. I want you to just digest what this crazy recording. Okay. Like this is a thing. Explore the latest deals using DGN or build by. So there's a utility for the coin. Use DGN power to transfer your DGN project, whether it's a new blah, 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 blah. Okay. Tips on the Farcaster. So there's real several utility, they are kind of limited utility, but does that warrant this project $2 billion? DGen $1 billion. So I'm trying to make sense of what is a viable market. And where do, oh wow. So they are interested in getting the token out there. The team, you can already see it's on Gate. Now it's not on Binance because Binance require a lot of money. So not everybody can afford it. But this is one of those projects that if they have the money, they'll definitely want to get on Binance. So I hope that they get the money and get on Binance, and that should be able to push them across 1.52 billion, right? But there's a whole lot of supply here to manipulate. This is a risky project to put a lot of money, especially since all you can potentially expect is like well, definitely less than 10x, right? And for so many of you that will be starting with very small amount of money, $100, 10x is just $1,000. It doesn't really help you that much. So you want to put places you can put in your $10, and you can see that we talked about $10 getting to 8,000 and something dollars then. So that's very, very possible. So that's probably the kind of upside that you are looking for. So if you are looking for that kind of upside, right, how do you hear about them? How do you learn about them? Now you can target them based on ecosystems, right? Let's say for instance, I know that the Ton ecosystem, I'm just very optimistic about that. The Ton ecosystem will do very, very, very well. So now I can come here, categories, we can search, make it easier for us. Ton, ton, ton. Right. So these are the coins, these are NFTs, but you can see categories. So there's Ton ecosystem, there's Ton meme. Let's say Ton ecosystem, so that we see utilities as well. So that you see Ton, Notcoin, Dogs, Hamster Combat. Oh wow, what the hell is that? Catizin. So there are really interesting projects here. So, but let's say you wanted to invest in the DeFi protocols there, like tokens that are for their swaps, decentralized exchanges. Now, the two decentralized exchanges I know is the Dust and StoneFi. So I know that this is for StoneFi. You can see their price already, $5, but the market cap is just 8 million. Just 8 million. What this means is that the circulating supply is really, really low. Now, if the team is not holding a lot of the supply, then that is a good thing. This will be a good buy, right? So let's see, circulating supply, but total supply. So you see the problem. Now, you just now have to think, okay, is the problem the what is the nature of the problem now? So this means that the team can easily rock with the entire project. This is the entire valuation of the project, over nearly half a billion, right? Over half a billion even. Yet the market cap is this. Now, typically for me, a project that has 100 million supply, that's like the average project. Most projects go with 100 million. Is with the most utility projects go with 100 million. It's with this rise of meme coins and everything that most projects are now going for 1 billion because of maybe unit bias. They feel okay because of course you now have to get to 1 billion market cap before your token hits $1, right? Which is like something most people will now aspire to and all of that. So I just feel that okay, now I look at the all-time high for this project, 70. Wow, that's massive. All-time low 1, and it's currently at 5. Let's look at the charts, because that would be a very interesting chart. In the last 1 hour, okay, it's up but it's going down. 24 hours, definitely responding well. 1 week, so this ecosystem is a bit volatile but trending upwards. In the 1 month view, upwards. Okay, so I think that you see, you can already tell that this ecosystem will do well. Okay, the last 3 months, it's just about to catch up with where it was, because now you can see the entry point is where it comes from here. So just under $6, and now it's just just $5. So just $1 to go to catch back up. Then that's 3 months break even. But on a 1 year basis, it should be down, like really, really down. So you see that there's a whole lot of upward potential. It's possible that what's collapsing the price, what could be collapsing the price when the supply is so limited? It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's possible that what's collapsing the price is the team allocation. But it's not worth getting into. Now, try and treat this kind of tokens as if their total supply. If you will not buy it at this fully diluted valuation, then just don't buy it at all. But this gives a whole upward potential that is like really, really massive. But if you treat it as this, then you will see that even if they dump some, which they will, it's still going to be a lot, because let's say they dump 20 million, right? So at the end, let's say 25 million is on circulating. If 25 million is circulating, a token of 25 million in supply is also still fairly low if the price is still $5 now. That's the kind of token that you can see at over $50, $7,500. It can get to that price like quite readily, right? And you can see that since this token has already done $30, people will not feel like the bull run has come for it, because that's the thing. It's mostly human psychology. So they will not feel like the bull run has come for it until it surpasses this price, and surpasses it by very well. So that is that psychology there. So it's mostly what people will think when they look at the token. So me looking at it here, if I come and sit at 20, I'll be very much encouraged that okay, people will try to push it past its all-time high, which is just above 30. So you see that it's mostly just a game. Fundamental analysis gives you data that allows you to now predict what you think people will be thinking. When people want to be smart money or whatsoever, and they want to invest based on no data consideration and utility considerations, then these are the things that they think of. So if you start thinking of this early and taking positions, mind you, you don't have to be right a lot of the time, because these things are things that if you are right once, like this one, you are right here, they could potentially see 10x, because currently the price is 5, right? So getting at this point, even if you do something like this 5 times and only one succeeds, you will still be 200% up, right? So you see that that's the thing. And if the the bull run, everything would probably, you probably get more than a 50% hit rate, because practically everything pumps. You see, so it is that understanding that then, let's put this across first, right? So now you have to understand, you see this one now does not have very long historical precedence to judge with, right? So you see that my decisions, a project that I've done this. Now let's go back, let's look for another one there. I think this is on their DeFi project as well, but let's see for the dust. This is a nice name. That's another thing you look at, because people, this thing I'm doing, I'm not the only one that's going to be doing it. Now when you see a name that is nice, now these guys, I predict big things for them. Okay, it's not showing, but I think I know the name to be Dust. If we cannot see it, we'll look for it. Let's see. The Dust. Max. So this one came. Has not done as poorly as. So this is another decentralized exchange on Ton, but it was rebranded, and you can see that their chart is very different compared to the other one. Stone 5 versus this, right? So it's really a battle of, let's see, what's their supply. Look at the total supply. This is amazing. The entire supply is just 16 million. Now you see that if you had just money for one, does it make more sense to buy the dust or to buy Stone 5? Now they do the same thing. Sorry, we did not check for the website. but we can do that here, right? So you can look at the UI, because that's another important thing. Look at the UI of the tool itself. I have used it, so I can tell you that it's really really nice. And there are more tokens here. This is the one that is more like their Pancake Swap. Stonefire, you need to qualify, like get there. Although I think there's now a dex that a launchpad, Blum launchpad that now allowing people to launch very readily on Stonefire. So that's another advantage coming from the other side. But I've had good experience with their this thing and it works. Right? Their all-time high is $8 and it's currently just around $4. So 50% off. All-time low 0.329. So just 1000%. So see that, and supply is just this. So it means that if this ecosystem booms, and let's say this is the second biggest DeFi DEX there, and they're able to get to even just 500 million, assuming the entire total supply is circulating, just 500 million would have moved this. 500 million would be 16, 500 million divided by 16.7. Oh no, you don't put the point 16. Yeah. So 29.9, which is $30. So that's at 500 million market cap. $30. And currently is at what? $4. 500 million market cap. Well, what do you guys think? So you see what really happens with fundamental analysis, more than just the tutorial of what it is. This is how fundamental analysis actually feels like in practice, right? Now if you wanted to get this, where do you get it? You get their token on their own platform. Then this is the only centralized exchange they are on, and you can actually get it from their competitors platform, which is interesting. Shows some kind of collaborative spirit there, so that's cool. You look at the volume that they've been pulling. These are 24 hours. So 61, like 100, 150, just on around 150 volume, you see, 151. So you can already see that, okay, they have very small volume, small market cap. All this project need is just adoption. They get adoption, their token price will rise massively, right? And $4 today, you can target as high as, because now what I'm saying now is not just me guessing what the target will be, right? We've seen what protocols like Radium, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, when PancakeSwap was doing its thing, there were competitors like Bakery Swap and all of that that had coins that, so there's real basis to, compare these things and to see what a decentralized exchange truly has the capacity to, do. Let's just go and check out, since we're already on it. Pancake. Now I see that I'm avoiding meme coins and all of that, because that's the mechanism for the fundamental analysis of meme coin is mostly driven by social. So you use more of the other tools for that, but I don't know if we'll get there. Maybe on the deeper one. Now I believe that PancakeSwap will start rebounding now, because that's what happens with utility. Oh, well, that is not a very good rebound, but you can see what happened. See how far they went. Now currently the price is $3, and you see, before the bull run, this 2020, they were at 0 point. So you can see that this reality, 2021 reality, 2020, 2021 reality is what we are seeing for so many of these new ecosystems and new projects right now. It's like they are here. So you can see that that's the reason I can tell you that, okay, they can do 10 years. Like at this point, 0 0.6, 0 0.5. And trust me, this is not the all-time low. These tokens are often coming from like really, really, really low. Okay, let's see. Their all-time low, you see, 0.19. And again, trust me, this is not the all-time low. It would have been way lower than this. This was when it got on CoinGecko. So These tokens are the ones that will be coming at this point where you are seeing this all-time low. It is very possible that people have made 100x, 1000x already. People coming from like the bear market or the initial launch. So we have all of that opportunity all over again with most of these new. That's why I try to shy away from old projects, because the most you can get 5, 10s. Maybe it shoots more and done 100s, but there are right now projects of 1000x, 10,000x that you just have to be, you know, pragmatic with your targeting. Okay, let's see. That's Pancake Swap, which was the top on BNB ecosystem then. Now this big risk swap, it was the competitor. So just like Stormfire and the other one. So you can see the same thing here. So at some point it was 0.01 this, but yet you see it was able to get to this $8. So from 0.01 to 0.1 is 10s, to 1 is 100x. So this is like 800x to all-time high. And you can see it here again now. Of course, you know that this one, yeah, because bull run comes again, even if it doesn't pump to this point, which it could, but Binance are really, honestly, they're stronger ecosystems now from a DeFi perspective. So even if it comes back to what, like this area here, which is probably over $2, $3, around $3. You see, from this is like already 10s from here, which gives you maybe if you target, because now when you see anything like that and you see okay this 10s, don't always target 10s as your take profit. So you now target something like 8s, 7s as your take profit zone. Now that's already a lot, but and it's very safe. This is how fundamental analysis secures you, because you think about a lot of things. And please don't forget, because I skipped this on some of them, but it's important to check all of the parameters. Check the swaps themselves, check their Twitter handle. I do check all of these things, especially on a new project. Most of these projects I'm very much aware of them and I've made up my mind about them. So now you can see followers that they have. Most of these followers are from the last bull run. It's not because they are doing anything interesting, people are following them now. So imagine projects like Stonefi. Good. Now you see similar followers, yet look at the price. Then the dust. So you see that these projects, they're just already primed for a very, very massive pump. Now you see 104. So getting a lot of followers, about 1/5 of the other one, the other guys. I would like to see what Pancake Swap versus the other guys have too. Yet, bakery. You see? Then Pancake Swap, this 600. 2 million. So 600 to 2 million one. So you can see the interesting dynamics from a social standpoint. So these are the kind of things that I talk about. It feels irrelevant in themselves, but by the time you start aggregating all of these things, you start getting a bigger picture of what's possible simply by looking at a token, looking at their supply, and a bunch of other things, right? You could discover projects that, like, there are some tokens that I've discovered that pump and dip based on market, like the response to the market a lot. So you could simply scalp with those kind of tokens, and I know you tend to be more successful, right? You could figure out new, let me show you. Volume is like a very good way, because it's like following the money, right? It's a very good way to know memes are doing well in the volume. Elon Musk inspired gaming, GameFi. You can imagine that GameFi is just 5 billion. This is a place that obviously is a sector that should be way more than 100 billion, probably going to hit as much as 500 billion or more, right? So what's going on there? I know most of these tokens. That's how much I've researched. I know most of you will know this one. So you can see the position of hamster combating the entire thing, as popular as they are. Right? So you can know that. Ooh, wow. Where is it? Oh my goodness. That's a crazy chart. So this is already about 1 hour long. So let's not overcomplicate it. But yeah, I think you people would have learned one or two things. We'll go more deeper. We'll do something like a live meeting or something. Right? You can see the supply. So well, let's see the volume. Oh wow, this is a lot of volume. I mean, but all that this does for me is just make me more bullish on the Ton ecosystem, right? You see that there are real volumes going on across. And why does it have that much volume, you ask? This is why. Binance. 16 million of that is from Binance. 5 million OKS, BitGet 3 million, Binance again on another currency pair 4 million. So you see that Binance alone is giving them over 20 something million dollars in volume, right? So you see that that is the Binance factor. That's why sometimes he's trying to predict which projects we just simply get on Binance. Is already like a very good angle to the whole thing, right? Oh, Alice. I remember Alice from the last bureau. I never knew what they ever did. So let's hear. Fully on chain multiplayer game built on Chromia. Wow. So it's a game. Let's see how they perceive themselves. Oh, this is season 2 now. So interesting. Alice, 149 million market cap, $1. You see the supply. That was what was in vogue in the last bull run. And you can see that with this kind of supply, 100 million, they were able to get to a price of over 25, 26, or $27 all time high. All time high would be 27. Ooh, sorry about that. $40. You see, $40. That's probably $4 billion market cap. Again, you see, why were they able to do that? They're not even, oh, they're on Binance. But right now, they no longer have a lot of volume, but I can imagine that then they did. So, you can see that. So, when all of these new ecosystems, so you can now ask yourself, okay, what are the new ecosystems and all of that? Let's say runes on Bitcoin. Runes, the categories. So you see the coins that are there. So now you can see which ones are gaining today in the last 24 hours. Psycho, ZA, Cypher, BDC. So, but which ones have the better market cap? Dog, then Pops, BDC. So you know that this is on Bitcoin, don't forget that. So you definitely know that these things will be trading at billions. So these ones you are seeing at 1 million, 1.5, less than that. Some of these tokens would eventually trade at over a billion. It's just it. It's just a fact. So you could simply, presumably, because if you put in one, let's say $10 here. Now this is on Bitcoin, so gas fee is something else. But if you put in $10 here, this is 2 million, give or take, right? At 20 million, 10x, 200 million, 100x. So your $10 will be $1,000. Then at 1 billion, 50x, $5,000. So you can simply turn your $10 to $5,000 by investing in something like this, and it now eventually gets to a billion. So you see that a smart thing to do might be to now look for solid projects. So this is something that you can now figure out from social media. Go on the ecosystem, get a real list of what's going on the ecosystem, projects that are there, and get a good list of the ones that are actively grinding, creating real communities, forming calls, have alpha groups. Just basically anything that brings visibility. They are always out there grinding, making their name known. Now you may see some of them already at maybe 40 million, 50 million. That's still fair, right? Because you see what we're talking about, $10 to 5,000. So it's like a lot. So even if it's $10 to 500, that's a lot. Even if it's $10 to 200, that's a lot. So you see so many of these things you are looking at right now. Now this video will become a crazy reminder in the future of what these prices were and how ridiculous it is right now. Now this is a known fact. This is a given. Because these are some of the ecosystems that has not had their bull run. They were not there in the last bull run. And they have a lot of fans. Look at all of us who are crazy fans of the Bitcoin ecosystem. There's a lot of money. So you see that it's a no-brainer. Especially when you see what has happened with some of those coins. Look at Cake that we checked. Pancakes, that's Bakery Swap. Look at most of those old coin. Alice. A game. So what do you think will happen on Bitcoin? So you see that these things are already there. They are given. Yet you see people right now chasing the next meme coin because they want to get quick money and they will know they will lose it all. But look at legitimate proof because they have been here. If you know for a fact they won't rug pull, like runes cannot actually be rug pulled. It's impossible to rug pull them unless the pre-mine is. There are easy ways to just figure that out. So, all right, let's take a look at this one. You see the supply 1 billion. What's the all-time high? I think there's a way we can see the all-time high market cap, right? So look at it. All-time high market cap is just above. You see where I changed it from? So it's above 40 million. 40 million. Sometimes this all I just need to do, right? Just sometimes it's important to just get a sense of what valuation happened. Now, if you come and be looking at all these ones here, you get a very distorted. Let's look at some projects that we know that was there in the last bull run, but not very popular or anything. So because not every project will get popular, but be rest assured that at least 10 to 15 runes project will break this is the $1.1 billion market cap barrier, right? Now right now, if you scroll through here, you won't see any. There's none because the highest is dog, and that's about 700 million right now. So you see that so many of them will break past this place, at least 10. So if they are not here yet, now after rune dog, the next one is Pops, which is at 200, then BDC at 100 and something. The rest is under 100 million. So that tells you that there's so many projects that have at least 10 to 50x guaranteed. So many, like a lot of them on Bitcoin, on runes. Then a smaller set, but still a lot higher than industry standard, you would see on 50x, 100x to 500x. A lot. At least I would say over 10 to 15%. You can, don't forget, you can check all of these different things. In fact, even merely going through the different categories, you discover things you never knew. This is already too long. Let's upload this thing so you guys can start going through it. We'll continue later, but you can see all that you can potentially do with this. This is a random coin, right? GMT. You see, all-time high $4. Current price 0.23. From this price, let's remove the 3. 0.2 to $4 is 20x. And right now, the market cap is this 500, almost 600 million. And it has 20s still on top of it. Now think about where so many of the coins that we are seeing now, if it actually gets to 500 billion market cap, that shows you a lot of S already, right? Probably as high as 5, 10x. Now add 20x to that. Now, because you know when you're adding 5x to 20x, it's not addition, it's not 30x, it's multiplication. So you guys, you see that this, most people underestimate what the bull run is. That's what I just say, right? And you should always, again, you see that all of my projection right now is based on previous all-time highs, not based on the consideration that different bull runs. Okay, let's look for a coin that have seen at least 2 bull runs. Let's say Ethereum, right? Or BNB, I don't know. Let's see XRP. Now, these guys have been suffering. They are not a good example, but I'm happy to see them coming back. That's amazing. Let's look at Sol. Now, Sol got affected by so many, and let's not call them hacks, like the effect of other projects falling. So, big problem, but at least you can see the firepower here. I mean, it's crazy. Dodge was there. Perfect. So now, oh, this next brown will just be fucking amazing. Now this is, oh boy. Okay, guys, we have something to do here. 301 0.0001. Then here, that's 2018. They hit 0.014. 0.014 from 0.0001. You see that that's already probably 100x or 10x. It's over 10x. That's an interesting math. Do it. So you see that this thing that looked so, this 2018, then it did dump back. Okay, 305. Then it dipped back, and I would have loved to look at this on Binance. I don't know. I don't think Binance was existing in 2018. Then 2021, the first bull run, it did this 05. Then unfucking believable. Then down. You see that really what I was trying to point out is this. Each of these little things that look like small spikes here, here, here. Okay, let's look at this one. This is 0.06, right? Then you see this is 0.1, so it's almost 2x. Point I'm trying to say. So typically when different projects experience multiple bull runs, Bitcoin is like the perfect example to the whole thing. So this is how bull run feel. So why this would have been looking like really crazy high in 2018, this 2020 they got on that one. Overall, the next bull run is supposed to now overcompensate. So, but all of our predictions or calculations or projections are based on getting to the all-time highs of previous. So now you could go ahead and ask, okay, what are some other things, tools that are, let's say if you're interested in DeFi, that are critical in DeFi, like borrowing and lending protocols, that their coin tends to do well. Then you look at all of these new ecosystems and Liquidity, and you buy their equivalent, right? This is on Rones, for instance, right? You can already see something like this, but don't forget this from just June and August this year, right? It's probably July. So from July, right? And they have simply been going down. Now, this entire thing that looks so huge in a bull scenario where this project becomes successful, this whole thing looks like a flat line, is my point. So now you can see the market cap at 1.5. Now this is a lending protocol, right? Did they put effort here? Yes, good. Their websites, what does it look like? Oh wow, you can see a very good reason to buy this token, right? So they have it. I have actually used the tool itself, so I know that it works, right? A lot. Then you can see the supply. So let's go with the consideration of the total supply. If the whole supply was in circulation, the market cap would only be 13 million. 13 million. Now this, what is the equivalent on Ethereum? Lending protocol, right? I think Aves had some lending thing going on. Aves, not Aves. Let's be sure. Money market protocol where users can lend and borrow. Okay, so this is the equivalent on Ethereum, right? So you can see the supply 15 million, 16 million. Current market cap 3 billion. What was the market cap all-time high? You can see. So this is a thing that looks so massive now. It's actually not at previous. So at some point, this thing touched 8 billion in market cap. So you see. So if it actually got to 8 billion, 8 billion is too much. And mind you, this is on Bitcoin. You can see the crazy thing. So, but let's say at 8 billion, half of that, 4 billion. So if the other guy, who are they? These guys can get to 4 billion in market cap. What does that mean for someone that's invested at 13? We have to use the supply, I mean, because it's calculation. I don't know what their plan, Liquidium, I don't know what their plan is, right? But let's use the total supply. Let's say 10 billion, 10 million right now. 10 to 100, 10x to 1 billion, 100x to 4 billion, 400x. So that means investing $1 is equal to $400. Investing $10 is equal to $4,000. If you invest $100, in fact, that's too much. If you invest $50, you would potentially get what? $20,000. That is under the assumption that the market cap is 10 million, as you are starting from this. But actually, this is the reality. So that is actually almost another 10x on it, which is okay because of the 0.5. That's a lot. So let's say 7x, 6x. So that brings the 20,000 to over $100,000. So that means $50 to over $100,000. $50 to over $100,000 if this project does half of what Eve did. You can see. So you see that this is the kind of information that allows you to understand, because now it's no longer hope or guess whatsoever. It's based on the very logical and reasonable expectation that the Bitcoin ecosystem does well. If it does, then these are, decentralized tools, that people have already demonstrated that they participate in, right? And we expect way more, capital liquidity to flow on Bitcoin. So you see that if this 4 billion, 8 billion market cap was achieved on Ethereum, right? So you could potentially expect that DeFi lending protocols and all of that on Bitcoin should be able to get to 20, 30, 40, 50 billion. What does that potentially mean for projects like this? So imagine this at 20. So it means that you can simply invest as little as $20 to $50 and expect to get out hundreds of thousands of dollars if you can wait. So what are now the parameters that you use to decide how long to wait? Oftentimes it's Bitcoin. What price does Bitcoin have to reach? What market cap does the entire crypto industry have to reach before you now say, okay, I think it's time to start considering taking out profit, even if it has not gotten to what I was expecting or whatsoever, right? So it could be that this or that to know. So with the entire cryptocurrency market capitalization, yeah, you can tell how much adoption, how much popular the entire market has gone, what's been going. So that's how you can tell if okay, maybe the ecosystems you bet on, instead of you to keep expecting or keep hoping and waiting that okay, it will still come there, it will come there, come there. This is how you can tell that okay, it's like the I left the train, I missed the boat or whatsoever. Let me start, because even if you did miss the boat, you are not going to there's I mean you just probably not generational wealth. It doesn't mean that you'll not be breaking even. You'll be having multiple x's, at least 10s, 15s, 20s for sure already. So it's just a matter of greed, managing greed and expectation and all of that based on fundamental analysis. So this is a lot to pack in. I know that but I'm sure that so many of you have learned a lot. Agorand is like one of my favorite projects. They're one of the and now another parameter you see they're picking back up. On that parameter I'm using to judge is America-based projects, right? Projects that they consider American made. I feel like they're going to get support of the US government, and all of that can potentially come to a head. Now look at these two. Current market cap 3.7 billion. So that's 4 billion. But their current price is 0.4. Now, all-time high is at almost times 10 of this, which brings it to over 30 billion in market cap. So if you look at it from here, definitely we see, oh, not 30, this 10 billion. Over 5, 10, 12 billion. Where? Over 12 billion. Agorand. Where? Okay, there's some discrepancy with this total supply, the supply. But really, this is really dope. You can see, and let's see what they have going on recently. 7 days. Wow. 1 month. Okay, 3 months. Okay, Agrand is going to come back because they went, okay, go back to price. They went as low as 0.112. So seeing them now at 4.5 shows this October, as recently as October 20 something. In fact, November, early November. So just in 1 month, they've done like 300%. So I think this is in response to the US election thing. So that means I was right with my estimation. And of course, they are on Binance. So I don't want to overestimate the importance of Binance. This one project I think will do well as well, right? Were they there in the last bull run? 2020 years, good. And they did respond very, very well, right? They peaked a bit in 2020 first bull run. This was when they came, so maybe their airdrop dumped, reacted to the pre 2021 bull run. Now this could be 0.11 and 0.5, 500%. Then 0.1. Okay, what were we dealing with here? Okay, 0.01. So 0.01 to this place is like 0.1, then 30x. So this thing gave 40x, also a nice on track. So if you want to okay, this 2021, if I would expect, okay, now they're like 0.16 and their market cap is what? I think that's a very important one now. 6 point something billion. Jesus. That's a lot. Okay, so by the time they hit this place again now, you see this probably as a result of more tokens that was released. I doubt if this was the conditions in the last bull run, right? So but this is a lot of crazy conditions, because you can see this is what I was trying to explain. So the bull run that their price was like so crazy, all-time high price. This is 2022. The market cap was lower. So you see that we have actually beat that market cap already. Yet the price is still like what, three 3x away from all-time high. So this is because of more token unlock. So you see that, you see, I didn't even know. But because of my knowledge of fundamental analysis, I knew that, because if this was what was going on then, the you could already tell. So don't worry, these things, I mean, nobody taught me. Like I always tell people, it's just something that you eventually start figuring out. And once you get, maybe it's a little bit hazy, but digest it. Because once you eventually get this thing, it's really easy for you to just look at a token and decide, okay, let me show you guys an instance. I can go on Twitter now. Let me see if they are shilling any coin whatsoever that I've not heard about before. So this is something that I do. What the hell? uh I mean, okay, there's nothing here. I mean, this is crazy. Tokens. Man. Okay, let's think of Ton. Now I wanted the very cool, because I mean they are different. The more you are going into ecosystem analysis, I think the parameters start getting different, because a lot of things is now going to be based on whether or not such ecosystem succeeds, right? uh okay, let's do it this way. I'm looking for tokens, right? Is there, what's trending? Football, Nigerians. Okay, could this be a coin? Okay, Lingo coins. Oh, that's a lot of followers. Building on Base and Solana. Okay. Okay, let's see if we see it here. Lingo. Lingo. Nope. So still very early. That's probably they are doing their airdrop now or something. Show us coins, shield tokens. Okay, let's go. I think some of you shield some tokens on the group. So let's see. Supra. That's something I don't know. Supra. Okay. All right. Oh wow. This is already okay. It's a very new project. 24 hours. So okay. It has been holding 100 billion. What's the zero zeros? Market cap. That means the market cap is like high. Okay, you see, this is like a billion, and it's trading at 5 million. Oh boy, it's just very new, right? All time low was 3 days ago, but it's just barely, it's not even up to 100%, right? But you can see that the valuation is like already very, very high. Now, of course, when they released more details and maybe the circulating supply is like low, then the price will come up a little bit more. But it doesn't matter, because first of all, the other supply is still there, one, and more importantly, I mean, how low can they reduce it? Even if the circulating is 1 billion, that's still a lot. Like, it's still a lot, especially since the value for one is still like 0.0. A token that is at 0.01 is just 100x away from $1, right? So 100x away from $1. And I mean, when the that means if this was the circulating supply 100x away, that means 100 billion. The valuation of this project should get to 100 billion. Now, this is already very shitty tokenomics. You can see that tokenomics is part of fundamental analysis, right? It's already very shitty. But let's not judge yet. There are still other things to take a look at, right? Let's hope that the website is like maybe they're the next Bitcoin. Who knows? Build super dApps on the all-in-one Supra L1. Okay, it's an L1 Supra. That's a weird name for an L1. But I like red. I mean, it's oh yeah. Okay, and it seems like they are proud of their team. Multi-VM means we build your language. Okay, developer friendly. What is this? Okay, they have their own native oracle. Now, these things does not really mean a lot to a lot of people, and it shouldn't mean to you as well. That's why looking at the website does not mean I'm interested in looking at what they're saying. I mean, I am, but just want to see how much deliberateness they have there, how much consideration they have for their website. Now they have raised money from VC, so obviously you can see that some of all that huge supply is VC supply. That's problem waiting to happen, right? But it could not be now because most of these people investing on this kind of layer ones, they want to capture the bull run. So maybe they'll be locked for a year or two or whatever. So I need a lot of projects. Animoca, Bad Guys, Combo is US. So US support basically. UOB, that's Asian support. So Sopra has earned recognition. They have won accelerators, MasterCard. That's interesting. Truly open metaverse. Okay, they have a metaverse thing going on there too. So you can see that okay, these videos and stuff. So okay, but still 1 billion market cap. Okay, I mean it's an impressive website, that's for sure. So this now allows me to make further research. Now they are not on Binance yet, so but they are doing over 10 million, 10 million, 10. The amount is just so almost equal. It feels manipulated. Like Bybit 10 million. It's like they just allocated different amounts to the different places. And anyway, that's just my impression. This is crazy. But that's not what we want to see. We want to see what they're about. Powerful layer one, bringing interoperability and decentralization. Okay. Decentralized verifiable random function. I think Secret Network have something like that. But okay, they have nice but not very unique. Now this is a new parameter that I'm starting to consider. It means people that put them on their watch list. That's by engaging the favorites. All right. They're just a new project. I'll be curious to see how they go, but they have very bad economics. I probably will not invest here at all. At all. But because of the kind of support that they have, these are the kind of projects that eventually tend to pump. Right? Well, where are they pumping to? It's already at 0.01. If they pump to 0.1, that's 10x only. And by then their market cap will be shooting almost 1 billion. 10 billion, sorry. 10 billion. That would be crazy. So that would be fucking crazy. 0.1. So 10 billion. Eh? If they are successful, I would expect that maybe they do 15x because of this supply. It's like very terrible tokenomics, right? So unless there's some real, although if I want to make further research now, presumably, I doubt if I'll see anything here. Okay, they even have ads attract content related to them, but that's not where I will go. I will go to their Telegram. What's going on? This is supposed to automatically take me there now, isn't it? Well, it didn't. Okay, I'm not interested in Twitter. This is not, I want to see their community vibe. So that's not an aspect. We didn't go to that aspect. Okay, they have a lot of followers, but this is not a big deal. You know, people buy followers these days. So what you look out for is probably the engagements. So you cannot tell me you have 300,000 followers. Your pinned posts of, okay, it's just a day for 5,000. This is 6,000, 13,000. Now this is just after you launched a token and it's like you claim to be doing very well and it's pumping and everything. Well, they could do better on their social front, and they have terrible tokenomics. So you see, I would not feel that the risk is worth it. So this is one of the projects we checked out and disqualified based on their fundamentals. Tokenomics is like a huge part of the whole thing. Tokenomics, social media, right? Then sometimes you also have to just evaluate. I just feel that layer ones are like um great areas. Oftentimes just make comparisons. Look for layer ones that like near is a layer one. Don't compare, always don't make comparison with like the top ones like Ethereum. Don't go and be doing that. Not many projects will get there. So you want to assume medium level success, right? And see what, so you see that most projects will get to 1 billion, 2, 3, 4 billion if they are layer ones. Gaming, so you can go and maybe check out the top 100 gaming projects of 2020. There should be a way to sort all of that from this platform for sure. So this is all just on CoinGecko. So you see that there's so many things to do here, right? There's really so many things to do. You can customize the whole thing based on different parameters and all of that. Now, when I arrange this thing and I'm sorting them this way, you see, it's showing just the top 300 is because of, oh, SAI. Is that like is an arbitrum? Let's see more information. To enable real economies and approachable video games, potentially be on blah 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 blah. Okay, let's see their website. I don't think this is related to Twitter. But now Elon Musk talked about wanting to change gaming or whatsoever for reinvent gaming. So he's interested in gaming and all of that. So this looks interesting for sure. And it just broke, I think it's number 300. So it just broke into the top 300. So this is probably one of the game projects that will get to the top if the narrative comes to gaming. So you just look at their market cap to be sure, 300 million. So for somebody like you, nah, you want to find projects a little bit earlier than this. You do. So these are potential 10x, 100x. No, 100x is like a far cry, right? But I expect a whole lot of craze from the next blue run, so you can't really say. So, but what I wanted to show, sorry, since I've already opened it, I think I know Flux. I wanted to see them. I always do this mass thing because it gives me a whole lot of perspective. When I look at prices, look at current market cap 300 million, I'm like, oh, only 10x, right? And you see that I was just perfectly right. You see, so at its current price of current market cap, sorry, of 300 million on the dot, and supply is not even up to this. So that means it's not up to 1 billion, I was saying. So that means this $3 is not up, it's over total supply. So let's say times 2, $3, $6. So 6, that brings it to roughly, you can see that. So you see that even with all of that price, most of these tokens, that's why I'm avoiding old coins. You see, now look at the price, then that means their market cap, their supply has changed. right? That's the meaning. Because at $3 all-time high, then the market cap all-time high should definitely be over 1 billion, right? Because look at the supply. I just hope I'm not getting it wrong, but you see, these are some of the things. But I think the general sense that you should get from this is how the price can potentially spike from something that looks so small. Because when you're currently looking at the value, okay, look at in the last 1 year, it has gone up for 6%, and most of that came from the last 60 days, hell, from the last 30 days, right? So if you look at it from here, you see 50% up from a 0.5, where 0.1, where 1 would be 100% from the uptime, the monthly low, right? You can see that it's already at about 0.8. So 0.75 is 50%. So that's slightly higher. You can see 64%. So the other thing is just you can already tell, okay, let's what's happening in 3 months. Huge spike. What is the project about? Now they rebranded. So that means they were another name before Zell. Before Zell. Now all Max 2019, 2021. They moved again 2023, moved 2024. So they'll definitely move again 2025. But to what extent? Supply is fair, but market cap is quite significant. So they have to be really good at whatever it is they are offering. Zelcore. And there's a kind of run on flux. This is some. What are we looking at? Now this is some strange product that is not immediately clear from their websites, except to people that are knowledgeable. Okay, I see some kind of cloud services. So this is probably storage. You can run WordPress. Okay, this is actually interesting. So kind of like your decentralizing centralized products. Is that so? Launching on Web3. Okay, that's their point. I think it's pretty interesting, but I don't know if people will find this interesting. Will people necessarily want to build simply because uh, proof of work, mining, algorithm? Now, this is nothing new, right? It's nothing new, and they're already 300 million. Ah, okay. Now, of course, you can't really tell which ones will break out, but yeah, I wouldn't invest in this either. But they are better than the other last guys for sure. Okay, so this is already a lot of a lot. This is already a lot. So probably I thought I would end this at 1 hour. So it's already almost 1:45. So you guys just enjoy. So let's see. We will have create a meeting tomorrow. Let's do a meeting tomorrow, Sunday. Oh, first of December. I think is a good day. So let's do a meeting. But again, I forget what I want to show you guys. So you can change this. You can put all coin to show you every single coin, and you can now. But really, the most can be done from this categorization, right? And don't forget, you can create your own portfolio. When you purchase any coin, you can set. Oh, I don't know if you guys know that, but let's look for the best performing ecosystem and discover something new. Let me see if I can go and buy it. Christmas themed, since we're already talking on that. Christmas. I thought this people rock wood. Okay, Santa. This is on Which ecosystem? Pump, Solana. Am I not surprised? 1 million trading volume. Valuation is just 2 million. Just a day, and they're already in a deep of sorts. Please, I'm not in the mood to trade meme coin. Seriously, it's better to invest in utility projects. I know meme coin will give you a lot, but when you are doing meme coins, since you can see what's possible with utility project, you can actually be trading meme coins with $10. They are the ones that can do that crazy thing. So it's like an accelerated in response of what utility coins will potentially do in the long run, right? So it's probably just better in the long term, but it's not a good one. Not to trade memes. But let's see. AI agents. I want to arrange them based on their market caps. This is the highest. Okay. Let's see berry. Strawberry AI. Sounds nice. 30 days has been good. Market cap is at 4. Okay, 100 million supply. And price is still under $1. That's fair. So see watch lists. People are actually looking at it. Yeah, cross chain. Yeah, powered multi-agent collaboration. They should have at least 20 to 50,000 followers. Oh wow. So social aspects can do well, but then the main projects. Okay, let's see what they look like. Wow. 4 days. What's happening? What's happening in 4 days? Web3 native. This is nice. I feel this is nice. What's their supply again? 100 million, then 0.4, right? 41 million market cap. Okay. So now this is how you add to portfolio. I think I just needed to show you guys that. So you simply just tap on this, pick the portfolio you want to add it to. Let me create a new one. Let's call it 2025 tests. So now I've added that. So I could go to okay. So now that I've done that, I could tap here, add transaction. Assuming I bought, let's say $10 worth, right? I can put $10, right, and do that. No, that's wrong. No, not remove coin. Remove, add transaction. Okay, I spent $10. Okay, that's it. It's crazy. Okay, how many do we have? Oh my god. All right. I think this is a very. Oh, okay. I totally understand. And this will look like selling at a loss. sell at 10. Okay. So good. Profit and loss remain the same. Otherwise, even if you do that and try and sell at current price, it will always note that loss for you. So we are buying uh $10 what? There's a something. Okay, use market. Well, that did not work the way I imagined. I think there's something wrong with this. So, but I'm happy this happened like this. So you guys hit me up with this, doing it correctly. Add transaction quantity. Okay. That's crazy. This is not working. This is a bug. Normally, I'm supposed to put the total amount that you spent. If I spent $10, I'll put it here. It will not tell me what that, uh, based on the price, what that turns out as the quantity. Or better yet, you can do this. So this is just to allow you to backdate it, assuming you bought a couple of days back, but you bought at a different price. You want to put the correct price at which you bought so that you can know. So this one is just not working correctly, right? You can put total amount you spent $100 and you just recalculate the rest for you, right? Or if you know the supply, you can look at the supply of what the token is, how many you have. Like this one now, if I was buying $10, it would be around 20 pieces or so, right? So 20 at 10. So something like that. So you can see that it's slightly lower. So you're doing all this calculation yourself will be so too crazy, but overall that's how it works, right? I would like to figure this out. I'll take a look at it again. This is a crazy bug. So, but that's it, guys. I know that so many of you have sent a lot of messages.